life goes on, long after the days are living are gone. Holla, 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 life goes on.
Hey friends, welcome back. It's your man PJ for Word with Friends one more time. Today we're going to continue looking at the passage found in Matthew chapter 5 where Jesus is redefining what it looks like to be blessed as well as who gets to have the good life. Once again, we'll be looking at these blessed statements that Jesus speaks of. Remember, blessed, blessed, whatever way you want it to flow, okay? We want you to remember today, though, that this blessed state that we're talking about is a state of inner peace and contentment, not necessarily happy. Also want you to remember that part of the blessing is the fact that in the kingdom of God, there is a place in it specifically for you, even if you're down and out. And if you'll allow it, the kingdom of God, the grace and blessing of God is going to come into your life and impact it in a tangible way. So, continuing with the text in Matthew chapter 5, we're going to look to verse 5 today, and this is what Jesus had to say. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Meek people are those really nice people that we all know. They probably don't talk a great deal compared to other people. They're the person that would be described as quiet. The meek person would be the last person called upon to lead a public prayer because it just isn't in their comfort zone. I've known a few meek people in my life. You know, when I was younger, there were these girls that I'm thinking of, and particularly, you could just do something as simple as just look at them or pay them a compliment, and they would just burst into tears, and you're standing there like, what? In this kingdom, in our world, the meek, they just don't really make it as far as what the good life is supposed to be. The meek don't usually stick up for themselves. Matter of fact, humility doesn't really get you that far in this life, does it? I mean, people will say, I guess you could categorize it as a nice thing about you and say something like, oh, that guy is so humble. I mean, at the end of the day, I don't care, but he's humble. Unfortunately, the church is much the same. Have you ever been to a party or whatever, and there's always that one guy that just won't shut up about himself? After the party, maybe you're riding home with your friends in the car, or maybe even the next day, and everybody's talking about how awesome this one dude was, or how important he is, and so on and so on and so on. Meanwhile, it's just driving you nuts. Well, the meek are either attracted to this type of arrogance and totally taken advantage of by it, or they're the people getting mentally driven to an insane asylum by these people. In this world, the meek are sidelined. You know, they hang out in the margins. They have no voice. They aren't gonna make it. I mean, really, they will have, fine lives and all that, but no one is really looking at them for anything in particular. They're the last person that would be called for support or advice. Now, once again, I want to point out that Jesus is not saying, wow, isn't it great that you're meek and you get taken advantage of and often overlooked completely? What? He is saying, in my kingdom, there are no bragging rights. Jesus holds the only claim to bragging rights, and that's not the way he rolls. He says, in my kingdom, you get to inherit the earth. You get it all. All the stuff that others are striving for, you get to own it, meek guy. That's because his kingdom is operating in such a way that the most quiet person, the person who seems of no consequence, is the one who actually holds the keys to the whole kingdom. Now, I'm sure that strikes many of you as bizarre, but that's what he said. The meek will inherit the earth. Another reason that Jesus can say this so boldly is that his definition of meekness is not necessarily the same definition of meek that we subscribe to. In our world, meek is seen as weak. The meek guy is the guy who gets what he gets. Christ, however, sees meekness as strength under control. The kingdom person, the kingdom child of God that is meek, is the one who willingly places himself at the service of others, and they willingly set aside their own selfish ambitions and agendas. You know what's funny? This is exactly what Christ has called all of us to. Bearing that in mind, it's no wonder that Christ gives the keys of the kingdom to the meek. Hey, you know what, friends? I gotta run, but thank you for tuning in today. God bless you. Don't forget, study to show yourself approved. We'll see you next time. Holla!
Holla, 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 life goes on, long after the days are living on gone. Holla, 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 life goes on, long after the days are living on gone. La 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 la.